Yeah, I think we're good. Just testing the audio. Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, it's on good. Yeah. We had another feed going with the solar eclipse coverage that we had earlier, so I just wanted to make sure we're all good on our audio and there's no, weird track going on behind me. But we're going to be talking. The eclipse is over. We got our 1-2 punch with the annular solar eclipse last October, and now the solar eclipse wasn't total in the coastal bend, but if you had friends or family under the path of totality today, I'm jealous. I think after seeing all the pictures that came out, I'm going to make it a mission to try to get under totality, whether it's in the U.S. or somewhere else in the world. That was, something to see there. So I'm kind of glad we're not talking about the eclipse. Kind of got eclipse fatigue. Given we've had two pretty big ones very close to the coastal bend, if not over, since October. Wind is going to pick up tonight, and a few storm chances in the forecast ahead of a cold front coming in early Wednesday morning. Right now, the time is just before 8:45 on Monday, April the 8th. So that's when this is live. If it's not about 8:45 on a Monday night, you're watching a recording. So, we do these live things and just try to make sure everyone's on the same page in terms of when we are watching. Oh, our crew just came back. I might have to pull them in. We sent a crew up under totality, and they just got back to the studio. So, hey, Jeremy. I'm doing this live streaming, but you were under totality, weren't you today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to. Do you mind talking?
What do you want me to say?
So this is Jeremy. I'm gonna just take the mic up. I was just getting into this Facebook Live about how I was jealous of people that got to be under totality today.
You were jealous of me?
Yes, you were a person under totality. So can you share with everyone what that was like?
It was fantastic. It was one thing that was surprising was how bright it was, and then all of a sudden it got dark really quick,
fast.
Really fast.
Did you see the 360-degree sunset looking thing on the horizon? Could you see that, or was it too cloudy?
Yeah, well, I did see that post.
Okay. Yeah. After. Okay. What feeling did you get when totality happened?
It was pretty amazing. It was pretty cool. I was trying to mess with the iPhone camera because I was working on a time lapse there, and then plus I had the other camera that was set up on these group of middle school students that we were kind of, following along, and so they were freaking out. They were screaming and yelling and hooting and hollering, and then all of a sudden they got quiet.
Did the birds and everything? What did the animals do?
That's what they were listening for.
Yeah. What did you hear?
I didn't really hear anything. I wasn't really that sense wasn't in tune at that point.
One word to describe it.
It was pretty amazing.
Amazing.
It really was.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Would you do it again if you could?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Nice. And Lexus enjoyed it?
She did. She was really surprised, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the term?
It's a cool experience. I'm glad you got to go and see it.
No, it is. It was pretty awesome.
So Jeremy, if you don't know, you probably don't see Jeremy off. You saw Jeremy in our Hurricane Harvey coverage. I know that because I brought you on just like this for that.
You did.
But Jeremy is our kind of utility knife type guy in the morning, live shots, doing some producing sometimes. Sure. Editing, you do it all here.
Do it all. Yeah. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions from the chat?
So the chat's right here. I just see a lot of people are watching, but and a lot of hellos.
What does that mean? Watching?
That they're watching you right now.
Yeah,
on our live feed.
Oh, so they didn't actually type that. They just.
Oh, well, Leslie Adamy is watching, and she's saying Jeremy.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah. With all caps exclamation. That's because she's typing script right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie's excited. These are like inside news
how
jokes.
How many viewers do we got?
A couple hundred.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Anyway.
You always reel them in.
No, it's you doing it
no,
now.
No, you do.
It's you.
No, you do.
That's why so if I start seeing questions pointed right at you, I'll holler at you.
Just
try
call
to get
me
you
back over
in.
here. I'm gonna be unloading the
actually,
gear.
you know what we can do is let's do this. So I've got some pictures. Maybe you can talk about how it felt when you were looking at this. This was about as total as it got in Corpus Christi. We had 94% coverage.
Corpus Christi.
This is from Whitecap Beach in the middle there, Ingleside on the right. We had clouds, but we still had a few breaks. Is that kind of how it looked for you?
Yeah, it was every now and again you would get a cloud coverage, a major cloud coverage. So, you couldn't see anything at that point.
Okay, yeah, so it kind of
you
obscured
couldn't really
it, yeah.
see anything at that point, you know. It was as if the cloud covered up everything and it was just wasn't visible. But then the clouds would move a little bit, and you would get a chance to take a glimpse of the.
You got a little more clear air up there, though. I think like these are from the people that sent these in from the south side of Corpus Christi, Blunser. They were all saying it was like a really quick pass. You got to see it real quick. They took the picture, and that was it.
It was kind of like that. It was kind of, I'm not going to lie. It was kind of like that. Now, when we were on the way up there, there were some breaks in the clouds that we noticed, and the sun was peeking through quite frequently, as a matter of fact, on the way up there. But once 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30 rolled around, it got a little more cloudy, a little more dark, a little more gray.
Yeah, totality. We're not talking about Mortal Kombat. Totality. Hey, did you? I know.
Oh my God,
did you see anything like Val Lask over here? Look at that creativity. Wow. Were there any holes in the clouds that look like that? No. It was fun. It is. She sent it in, and I thought it was clever and funny, so I included it.
Come on, Val.
It's making me smile, so I thought it would make. Look, Jeremy's got a smile too.
Val Lassick. That's not even a.
Well, that's what the Facebook name was.
Trolled.
It's just whatever.
I think you got trolled.
Whatever. It was funny.
Do you want to look at?
Show them your pictures of totality.
I haven't even had a chance to look at these. These are some.
Well, you got to show
some lapses I did.
Hopefully okay, you're showing me. Ooh,
wait,
kids are playing. That wasn't it. Different sky.
That was the kids that were playing. So let me. Okay.
So I'm getting first-hand look here. Y'all are gonna have to wait.
So this was a time lapse that I did before it had started.
Oh, I see what you're talking about with the clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a time lapse.
Okay.
By the way.
Yeah, fast movers. So bear with us. We're just watching, hanging out. And if you're watching this on the satellite imagery where we're talking, you'll see around the 1 o'clock hour, the clouds go away. That's when the moon passed over the coastal bend, so we weren't getting satellite data at that point. Jeremy's showing me all of his pictures here from he was under totality if you're just joining us right now on this live chat.
And at one point, I put the glasses over the lens because this is no glasses over the lens right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull us back up to the full camera.
I mean, I can show the people.
Show the people. I'll see these anytime, but show the people.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And this is just right off Jeremy's phone. You might have to get way up there. Yeah, it's gonna be tough, isn't it? So he's gonna bring the camera around. That's right off his phone. It might be blurry. These aren't set to automatically focus, so.
They're not.
No. Anyway, I'm sure we'll see that. Yeah, I'm going to put the mic back on.
I'm going to try to put these up. I'm going to try to put these up somewhere where everybody.
Oh, you got a question. How long did it last from Elsa?
It was about 4 minutes, Elsa, and I'll tell you what, it was a quick 4 minutes. It went by really, really fast.
It was so cool. Yeah.
It went by really, really fast. And to be honest with you, I didn't even have a chance to look up because I was so concentrated on
you're working
on getting the shot.
Making sure, yeah.
I was trying to.
That's what he does. That's what Jeremy does.
Moment we had a brief moment where they broke out into song.
What song? Total Eclipse of the Heart?
It was called a little light of mine.
Oh, I'm going to let it shine.
I'm going to let it
Yes,
shine.
yes, that's a good one.
This little light of mine.
Yes. And you're going to keep on letting it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
To be honest, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know LG, she had a good time as
That's
well.
Lexus Green. For the you know, we call each other by our initials here, I guess, sometimes.
Well, I mean, I call her LG all the time.
This is the man with the scan and a plan, but his name's not Stan.
That's right.
And he does like Flynn. Yeah, Jeremy Landers. That's 10 years old that we just did. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to unload you. Let me know
Okay,
if there's any.
I will. Okay, 8:52 is the current time. We'll get back to this discussion. That was awesome. Jeremy was under totality today. That's cool. That is cool stuff. Sorry for that little digression, but I thought that was worth it to hear his experience. So this is the satellite imagery. Again, getting back to the weather chat there, right there, that's when the moon's shadow crossed over the coastal bend, 1 o'clock hour, and we saw the satellite imagery go away. It was the sun's light was getting blocked, and this is working on visual satellite imagery looking down from space. So that's how the satellite imagery looked. Didn't ask Jeremy about this, but we here observed a little temperature drop, a degree or two, right around the solar eclipse time. It was like 78, 79, then it dropped to 77 for a couple hours, then back up to 78. That was at 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we did see a little drop in the temperature when that eclipse happened. The skies also kind of got a little tiny hint darker. It felt more so like the clouds just thickened up or it was about to rain. That's kind of how it felt in Corpus Christi. Moving forward now, tomorrow morning, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, there is a low chance for a few showers or thunderstorms to try and get going. The thunderstorm activity well to the north of us. That's where the big stuff's going to be, up near the I-20 corridor, northeastern Texas. That's where the big stuff's going to be. I think if we see anything resembling a thunderstorm here, it's going to mainly be in the northern tips of Live Oak and or B counties. I don't think we see a huge widespread thing. I do think a few showers are going to be possible overnight, but the coverage is looking pretty minuscule, and the bigger stuff, again, should stay well to the north of the coastal bend overnight. So not a huge opportunity tonight. Tomorrow, though, tomorrow night, moving in from the west, out in front of this cold front that we're going to get, I do think we've got a better chance for a more unified group of showers or thunderstorms to roll through. You see that yellow shade is a little bit more to the south. That's the slight risk for some severe thunderstorms. And again, these are not, so we show these maps. When you look at it, you see the yellow hue there. It captures pretty much the northern half of the coastal bend, but that does not mean that everyone in that yellow hue will get severe weather, right? That's just an area that is going to be more likely to observe 1 or 2 severe level thunderstorms. It doesn't mean that everything will become severe once it gets into that area. That's just where the best energy is to tap into and possibly get that strong. So I think, we've got these 2 chances, the one tonight into early tomorrow, and then tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. And I think the latter of the 2 is going to be the one where I think we have more of a chance for some activity to roll through the coastal bend. So I wanted to focus on that chance because that's the one I think, we'll see. And the 2 main threats are going to be 1-inch hail or 60-mile-per-hour winds. We may exceed that threshold in a few spots if a storm gets strong, but hail and straight-line wind look to be the 2 primary threats. And this is not going to be a flooding rain episode. So we're not going to have, flooding where we're seeing widespread inches of rain. We're not going to see huge dents in the watershed reservoirs. I will say, though, that we're not really in a drought. The water issues for Corpus Christi are more so because the reservoirs are not capturing water. The land, the soil's not in a drought in the coastal bend. There are some dry spots, but you know, we're not in like moderate, severe, etc. level drought. It's been, you know, we're pretty close to average with respect to rainfall on the year so far. So this is kind of how I see it playing out in terms of the timing. You know, I think a few isolated showers or maybe weak thunderstorms closer to B or Live Oak counties tomorrow morning. Then most of the day is quiet. We actually get into some sunshine in the afternoon and into Wednesday, you know, Tuesday night, pre-dawn Wednesday morning. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That time frame is when I think we see a better grouping of showers and perhaps, you know, stronger thunderstorms roll through from the west. So that'll be the forecast that, you know, I think we're going to be paying a little bit more close attention to, especially into tomorrow. But I don't want to overlook tonight's little chance. Our in-house modeling is not excited about the overnight chance for a few showers. I think that is possible. I don't really see a huge thunderstorm risk, but a sprinkle or two not out of the question. The bigger thing overnight will be the uptick in the southeasterly winds. It's going to get pretty gusty by sunrise. I think we have 25 or so sustained on that southeast wind, and the gusts are going to be up near 40 miles per hour. The windiest part of tomorrow, Tuesday, is looking like it'll be in the morning time, and so that it's going to be pretty windy if you're, you know, heading out to work or school. Also be very mild. A lot of the humidity is we're like summertime level on the humidity right now. Dew point in the mid 70s is it's up there. So we'll have some clouds. The clouds will disperse into the afternoon. I think we do get into some sunshine, and with the sun, it's going to be pretty warm, mid to low 90s inland. I got Corpus Christi at 87, close to 80 at the beach. And the wind tomorrow afternoon won't be as strong as it will be in the morning. Kind of unusual to see that. Usually we see stronger in the afternoon, but it'll be more of a morning time deal on the wind speeds. Now into Tuesday night, this is a little bit outside of the window we were just talking about, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I think this, if it were to happen, some activity firing up earlier in the evening Tuesday, this would be a little appetizer to what's to come later in the night. So this is possible. We'll be keeping an eye on this, but I think this initial little flare-up doesn't do a whole lot, and then we see more activity move in overnight with this cold front coming in from west to east. So you see a little more coverage. This is our in-house modeling here, and you know, this is when I think we could see some thunderstorms. Some of them could be a little bit stronger, but not all of them, right? Not all of them would be categorized as severe. That number is going to be pretty low. I don't think we see tons of that type of storm. If anything, it'll be pretty isolated. This is going to be working through a little after midnight. This is 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning. This is about the time the front will be moving through. So when we wake up Wednesday morning, we're going to have breezy northwest winds. It'll be clearing mid to maybe low 60s in the morning, and the humidity will be getting pushed out of here on those gusty northwesterly winds. And temperatures don't get that cool in the daytime. You'll be able to feel the difference though, right? Tomorrow's middle 80s will feel like the 90s. It'll feel like mid to maybe upper 90s. On Wednesday, the mid to low 80s, whatever it is we get up to, depending on your location, it's going to feel like that. It won't feel crazy hot because the humidity will be a lot lower behind this front. So that's also going to be the culprit for the uptick in the fire concern. So we'll get to that here in a touch, but I wanted to just show you the current stats on our little nugget of weather information here, because the dew point, that sucker is high. That's mid 70s is way up there. That's resembling more of a summertime look. And you can see the humidity off the bottom of the streetlights on SPID, all that moisture in the atmosphere. So mid 70s, we'll drop a few more degrees overnight, but it's not going to be a cool night by any stretch. Current situation, the bulk of the activities in northeastern Texas, a few more firing up between Lubbock and San Angelo. And, you know, I think for tomorrow morning, tonight into tomorrow morning, the big stuff will stay close to that I-20 corridor in North Texas. So up above that, the feature driving all of this is an upper level low. It's over Arizona right now. You see the spin. This thing is spinning counterclockwise up about 18,000 feet into the atmosphere. And looking at this is a great way of being able to see where that upper level energy is. All the clouds we had today, look how everything just streams in right on the bottom side of the influence of that low, right off the Pacific and into / over, coastal Texas, South Texas too. So that was where our upper level clouds were coming in from today. Watch this. Now this is really cool to see how the warm front associated with this system, we're getting all this warm air now. That front is pushing and extending to the north. Look at how the rain and the showers and storms hug that boundary overnight into tomorrow morning. Look at this. See how the activity stays there right on that boundary? So they're going to be running from west to east, the thunderstorms along that warm front. Tomorrow morning for us, again, the most of the activity is north of I-10. The focal point looks like I-20. That's through Dallas. So we're going to be in for strong winds tomorrow morning. Again, some gusts up around 40 miles per hour. It'll be sunny and warm in the afternoon. And then overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday pre-dawn, that's when I think our coastal bend best chance for showers and storms will move in. And that'll be kind of prompted and triggered by this approaching cold front from the west. So again, we talked about that pretty in depth a few minutes ago. If you're watching right now, it's 9:04. If you're missing any of this, you're logging on right now, I suggest rewatching because we talked a lot about the timing of all of this. This is just more of a regional look as to what's going on. But some storms could be strong, if not severe, at this point overnight into Wednesday pre-dawn. Main threats, 1-inch hail and or 60 mile per hour wind with this activity. The front then moves through. It's clearing for sure by sunrise, and the drier air starts to come in. It'll be strong northwesterly winds, and that high wind speed with the low relative humidity is going to be why the fire risk is elevated on Wednesday. So, I think we could have some gusts of wind 40 to 50 miles per hour here behind this front on Wednesday. That alone is enough to cause problems for firefighting. If there is a fire that's out there, that can spread a fire rapidly. So we've got that. We've got the dry air and the low relative humidity values. The ground isn't that dry, but we're in South Texas. Sometimes I'll refer to it as a tropical desert because it's humid, but we don't tend to get a ton of rain on a yearly basis, especially as you get into the brush country. So, as you get out toward Duval County, west of Highway 281, that's where you start to have, a drier landscape. And with northwest winds coming in that strong, the low humidity, that's when you can start to have issues. So just throwing that out there. That's for Wednesday, throughout the day. If you don't want to be messing with fire on Wednesday, given these weather variables that we're expecting to move in. The humidity will dive down. It's not going to be the driest air we've had, but the thing about this front is the humidity drops and temperatures are also going to be warm, and that's why we're seeing that really low relative humidity in the forecast for Wednesday for sure. But Thursday, we stay nice. I think Thursday is the nicest of the week. Still breezy out of the north, the winds 10 to 20 or so, but sunshine, low humidity, comfy temperatures. And then we start to step back up the humidity as southeast winds return into the weekend, and that is time and time again, we see that humidity rise. So back into the humid section of the muggy meter. This front, again, doesn't immediately turn things cold, but the two forecast high temperatures here, Tuesday, Wednesday of 87, they're the same numerical value, but it's going to feel a lot different with the drop in humidity on Wednesday. So Wednesday's 87 will feel a lot nicer than Tuesday's. Tuesday's, the heat index will likely be in the mid to maybe upper 90s. 50s Thursday morning. Get those last wears out of your sweaters or light jackets. You won't need the sweater all day, but 50s both Thursday and Friday mornings. Highs stay generally in the middle 80s over the next 7 days, in Corpus Christi. A little more humidity into the weekend. The little signal there is the warmer overnight lows, mid to upper 60s by the time we get to Saturday, Sunday morning. So, that humidity will be coming right back in. Tonight, cloudy, a stray shower, 72. The winds do pick up overnight, and they're going to greet us, with some gusts of 40 miles per hour heading into Tuesday morning. That'll be the windiest part of the day. A low-end chance at a morning shower, some clouds, and then it gets sunnier in the afternoon. 87, pretty warm, headed here tomorrow. And again, the windiest part of Tuesday will be in the morning. Some gusts approaching 40 miles per hour. Still going to be breezy in the afternoon, but not as aggressively so, with gusts up to 30 miles per hour and a sustained wind 15 to 20 out of the southeast. Having said that, small craft advisories, they're going to be posted for area waters given this big uptick in the winds. Going to be rough, not the best boating day in the morning. Small craft advisories are already issued, and because of the longer period swells coming in, we will be observing a higher rip current risk on Gulf-facing beaches. So not the best marine / beach day coming in tomorrow. That's how it looks on the 7-day. We've got that scattered shower and thunderstorm chance Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Then the drier air comes in. The fire danger escalates a little bit on Wednesday. The sunny delight Thursday, and then southeast winds come back, bringing more humidity, a few more clouds for the weekend. So time now, 9:09. We've been rambling on and on. We had Jeremy Landers here earlier, but we'll close it out with this. I know we talked for a long time. You can watch us on YouTube. This will be on YouTube forever. Our 3 News Plus, 3 News Now, all those platforms that we have on the app. You can watch us, wherever you want to watch us from. So hopefully, you're enjoying these. I know I like putting these together and talking more than the 2.5 to 3 minutes we get on TV every day to say all this stuff. So we get a little bit more depth in the coverage on these things. We like doing them. We hope you like watching them. And if you're old-fashioned, then we'll see you on the news at 10 o'clock tonight or whenever you watch us. First edition, 5, 6, 10. Stay safe.